All right, we're gonna have to do this kind of fast. 36 minutes, 10 seconds. They have been dumped. And I had to do that with two hands with, there's another one. Here's another one you can get here. Hold on a second. Reset. Start. All right, another thing you can get, welding gloves. Get you some welding gloves. I'll show you why. Hope they come out. Yep, here they go. It's so hot I can barely touch it. All right. See on the back side of this handle right there? That's melted plastic. And had I not had welding gloves on at the time, I'd have melted fingers. We don't want that. Melted fingers, no fun. Okay, so the stubs took about 6 minutes longer and they shrank almost 2 inches per chimney. Not looking good for Mr. Stubbs. Although I've heard a lot of good reviews, there's good flavor, yada, yada, yada. Here's the thing, and I'll come back to flavor in a second. But I told you earlier about get it smoking hot. Not much smoke coming off right now. Let me say that again. Very little smoke coming off right now. Here's why. I put, and I use, again, not a sponsor, Crisco Grill Master. For all Dragon Masters. If you don't know Comic the Insult Dog, it's on there. Anyway, what I did was I sprayed the grill top as soon as I put it on, the grill grates rather, with this Crisco grill spray. That's gonna let the steaks release. God, this lighting stinks, huh? I'm gonna have to work on that. It lets the grates get hot and they're easier to clean. That's really where it is. But it also lets the steaks release because we're cooking at almost 700 degrees on the PK. I try to get as close to 700 degrees as I can. I don't know how Mr. Stubbs is going to do today. I got to tell you, and I'll get into this more, I'll have to do a full review on charcoal. I mean, I've already got a database. HVAC gun, we'll get to that. Like I said about the smoke, when I'm in competition, things are going very fast. The sit-down talk I normally have with Michelle is, I need you to do everything I ask you without question for the next 10 minutes, or I'm going to do it myself. And just go sit down over there and have an adult beverage and it'll be good. Because normally we sit around for several hours and then there's just a really intense few minutes. But some of the times are quite predictable, charcoal being one of them. I test the charcoal now because I don't want to learn a lesson at competition. $1,000 is $1,000 is $1,000. Here I can do it, only cost me $6-8 for a bag of charcoal. Oh, in the last video, I showed somebody the grates. I showed you guys grates, and right next to it was a can of propane. It's funny because I just pushed I had a gas grill that's been sitting in my garage for 14 years. It's one of the first things we ever bought when we got married, Michelle and I. And I haven't used it in, I'm gonna say 10 years. And it's been basically a work stand for 8 of those 10 last years. And so I was just like, bye-bye. So right now, I got my 6-foot table out there, and that's what's gonna be my new workstation for grilling. All right, so let me walk over here now, and I'll show you what I was talking about by getting it smoking. Sheet of smoke coming off of it. Well, the reason I do that is because the smoke starts to come off at almost a given point, anywhere between 550 and 600 degrees. I sure hope you can see that. It's 618. And you can see the little laser, oops, I'm sorry, going on there. 620, 610, got a couple cold spots. 609 up there, 614, 636, 599, 580, 570. A little cold down there towards the bottom. So we're gonna let it keep rolling. But in competition, And normally you get 30 minutes. The charcoal I normally use, which I'm not going to tell you today, the charcoal I normally use, like a laser, 30 minutes on the button from the time you light those starter cubes, the time you're ready to cook. Sorry, this is new to me. You guys are coming along with the ride, you know? Welcome aboard. 30 minutes from the time that you light them off, that charcoal's ready to cook on. However, you then have to get the grill grates up to temperature, because I don't care what anybody in SCA says. Love them, they've got a great organization, but you're putting grill marks on a steak. Well, there's more to it than that, but putting grill marks on a steak in my world is basically equated to branding a steak. And the hotter you do, any of you all cattle farmers, hot brand, it's done, it's over, everybody's happier. You know who, especially the moo cows. As my niece would have said when she was little. All right, see now? Smoke's just rolling off of it. It's getting close to 650 degrees. And it's typically when the smoke sort of tapers is above 690 to 700 degrees. So I can actually, now that I know what to look for, I can actually do other things and just kind of watch the smoke coming off of it. As you see, got the PK Classic wide open because I want those grill grates smoking hot. And they're gonna put awesome brands on it. I will try to do it. It's hard to do, cook one-handed, but we'll try. I wish Michelle was here, my videographer, my biographer. And she's pretty hot too, so. Anyway, that's part 2. The second part is timed as well. I haven't mentioned that yet. It's how long it takes the grates to get up to temperature. Actually, Stubbs is doing really, really well. They're at 7 minutes right now, and they're almost ready to cook on. My normal brand, I normally give them 15 minutes. So this may actually go a little faster. I'll tell you the times that it was ready to cook on them before I throw the steaks on, and you can kind of see, as best I can by myself, how a steak, a practice steak, is cooked. And of course I've got chicken breast for Michelle, because she likes chicken breast. Their whole breast too, with ribs. It's much better than just flat. I think you can get better flavor out of it. All right, we're at 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Let me go over here. Get my HVAC done. We should be, the smoke's really starting to trail off there now. So we're 650, 647, 629. The coldest spot on the grill is 602 degrees, so I'm within 2 or 3 minutes of starting this up. I'll have to go get the steaks and we'll continue with part 3. And while you're at it, go down there, subscribe to my channel, and smash that like button. It lets me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, all the above. Helps me, helps you. I'll have to get a catchphrase in there. I know a lot of these guys got, I'm gonna steal Cosmo's, like, smash that like button. See ya.